Hello everyone, and welcome to the animated history of animation. When animation first began, it was very mechanical. One of the first animation machines was the Zoetrope. The Zoetrope was a drum that had slots around the sides, and a strip of pictures going around the inside. You would look through the slots while the drum was spinning on its axis, and the pictures would appear to be moving. As cool as the Zoetrope was, animation didn't have much going for it. That is, until Thomas Edison and William Dickson invented the kinetoscope. The kinetoscope is an early motion picture exhibition device. It was designed for films to be viewed by one individual at a time through a peephole at the top of the device. It was able to run 1 minute of motion film. The film was developed by Thomas Edison and William Dickson as well. Before the kinetoscope became widely used, animators used to draw in front of a live audience and entertain them with their drawings. For example, they would show how they could change the expression of a person's face with just a few lines. One of the best known early animators was Thorpe Blackton. He was the first person to put a drawing itself on film. Before that, everyone would leave their hand in the film, just like I've been doing in this video. Another famous early animator was Winsor McCay. He was the first person to really popularize animation and is known as the father of American animation. His first film was called Little Nemo. The people who watched this film were so amazed with what they saw, they thought that the drawings had to be real people. His second film was called How a Mosquito Operates, and was about how a mosquito went about sucking blood from a sleeping person. This was one of the first films that gave its character a personality. As animated films received more attention, animation companies knew that the only way to keep their attention was to keep releasing new films. However, animating was a very long process, since everything was hand-drawn during this time. In order to help shorten the amount of time it took to make an animated film, John Bray and Earl Hurd invented the cel system. Cel is short for celluloid, a transparent sheet that animators draw on. The cel system breaks down animation into two elements, the foreground and the background. You would place the foreground on top of the background to get one complete scene, and then you could reuse the background cel if needed again. Another important figure in the history of animation is Max Fleischer. Fleischer believed that animation still looked very awkward in its depiction of movement. So he and his brother Dave decided to study movement and invented the rotoscope. The way it works is that the camera in the front films a person in motion, and then the projector in the middle projects the film onto an animator's desk. The animator can then trace the movement of the person and incorporate it into their characters. For the most part, animation stayed the same as it was until technology advanced, and computer animation became available. Even with the help of computers though, it still takes a long time to make an animated movie, but it is much faster than drawing it by hand. Computers also led to more in-depth studies of motion. This allows animators to make their characters move much more naturally. Thanks to all the people I've mentioned, and a few people who I wasn't able to include in this video, we now have some of the most amazing animated films ever created. That's all for now. Thanks for watching.